Jubilee. You know the event All-Stars? You know those ones that I never got round to doing even though they were on my menu screen and I hadn't completed them? Yeah, those ones. There's another of them now. It says new on it, and I even looked it up on the internet especially to make sure that it was actually new and not something that was on Battle Cat several years ago that I just never actually got to try. This is in fact new, and it's, I guess, a continuation upon the other event All-Stars. So this one is called Grand Jubilee, and it works in much the same way as the other ones. It is one stage, Megaton Blast, Insane, 100 energy, same unlikely chance to pick up 1,000,000 XP, so if this stage is pretty easily possible, you can farm it with treasure radars. One total stage, that's it. We do it, it replenishes my energy. And that got me thinking, I should try and do the stage myself. So I checked with Kobe, and Kobe said that it might be one that might warrant a whole video, because Kobe actually didn't find it easy. And if someone who can play Battle Cats doesn't find it easy, I'm going to find it nigh impossible, or just completely impossible. But, as you know, at least you should know if you've seen the last video, by my side is Shadow Gao. Now, if you haven't seen that one, I'd recommend watching it. I was very happy how that one turned out, actually. Narcissism! I just like how it came out. I think it's one of my better ones, so please go and watch that one if you haven't. But yeah, inside it, I got the wonderful Shadow Gao in my platinum ticket, and now I can use this to great effect. So we're going to have a look into this. Obviously, it's the same menu as you'd usually expect. We're on a sort of island with palm trees and that, and a full complement of 810 energy. And I have in my slot my general army for general things. So we've got a rather general Manic Mohawk Cat, as well as a Manic Eraser and a Jiangshi. They're a sort of general meat shielding. Not few meat shields like you'd have if you were fighting, say, a Doba, for example, but not loads like you'd have if you were fighting an Arost, maybe. Ramen, strong and just sort of sturdy for the kind of price of cat that it is. We have Catasaurus in case there's a metal enemy. I actually saw these ones go up against a metal one-horn, and I didn't realise how well they do, but they actually managed to defeat that one. I really wasn't expecting it. I thought it was only usually for like metal hippos, but they can defeat quite a lot at their true form, which is good. Then we have Cameraman Cat, who does massive damage against floating and is also good. We have the waves from the Manic Macho legs, long range from Mega Aphrodite, more floating and general bossness from Catman, who is also against aliens, and instead of a Ramen Cat that I had before, Diabolic Gao, because this one can serve against normal type enemies, and that is going to be a brilliant thing to have. Megaton Blast, here goes for my first try. Attack! And into the battle we go. It's a little bit tense. Oh, look! Because I don't know what's going on. As you can see, we're in a snowy land. It's like Cats in the Snow. Do you guys remember when there was Snowballs? Oh, flipping it, there are Snowballs. I wasn't expecting that one, but there are the Snowballs from Cats in the Snow, and it's a blizzard. It's like Overwatch. We've got the firework people, which is great. Two of my actual favourite enemies, really. I like these guys. I like the firework people. They make beautiful fireworks. And there's also Snowballs. There's an icy Doge, and look! It's the Chick-fil-A from the fried chicken one. I think it was called a Cultured Festival, although I cannot remember if that's the correct one that I'm thinking of. But that was a sort of limited Stories of Legend, run through a few stages to get reward thing. And they're back here, that's great. I love seeing these. I do like the All-Star stages because they really do bring about a lot of enemy units that you've seen before into a massive compilation of nostalgia and brilliant things like that. So the Icy Doge seems to be rather strong, and these Chick-fil-A's are normal type enemies. So I think it's a good opportunity for Shadow Gao to have a go at these and freeze them momentarily and also do massive damage. So that's the Icy Doge gone. It might be like a subsector of ice enemy. I don't know if they made that a thing. If they did, there's nothing that's strong against them as far as I know. But that actually looks like they're a normal type of enemy, although I might have not seen that correctly. But in any case, Shadow Gao is proving his worth by completely destroying these Chick-fil-A's, which is wonderful. That's them gone, so now there's just an Icy Doge, some dead firework people, some Snowballs. I'll put out some more cat spam to help, well, protect Shadow Gao. Also should upgrade the worker cat, but then there's other stuff as well. There's the flipping massive otter. I can't remember which one that one's from. There's the Christmas reindeer. And there's also Mammothe, which was from Cats in the Snow as well. So there's an interesting one. I'm going to bring out Mega Aphrodite because of the range. I fear Shadow Gao will soon get hit, but That was a beautiful hit it did there. Got rid of the otter completely because its range isn't massive. It does attack decently quickly. It stalled the Mammothe there for a little bit, which is good. But it is going to be too far forward, especially with my cat spamming skills, to survive for long. If, as you can see, Megaphrodite sits back a little further, and that allows her to just stay out of harm's way, or not. Okay, fair enough. I'll put in Catasaurus as well. It's probably not worth it, but Mammothe is gone. That finally gives me an opportunity to upgrade Worker Cat, which I should have done ages ago. That's the majority of that gone. Now, judging by the fact that Kobe needed to actually try, I'm assuming there's more. It can't be just this stuff, I'm pretty sure. But if it is just this stuff, I feel like I've insulted Kobe a little bit there. But then again, Shadow Gao is, of course, rather the cheat card in this sort of level, freezing those normal type enemies where almost nothing else can. Shadow Gao has very much helped there. That's it. I've won. That's bad, because I only spent the amount of energy to do this stage, and now I've got it all back. I could have used that a lot better. 30 cat food's good though, thanks. I guess it'll be a good opportunity to see if there's star variants. There are not yet, so that's it. That's literally just it. There's nothing else I can do. How long's the recording? That's not good. I could try and win it without Shadow Gao, but I feel like we know where that would end up. I sort of feel a distinct emptiness at being able to beat a level first time. There's literally nothing else I can do about this. I just have to end the video. I've had an idea. I'm gonna improve my strategy. So what I've done is I've swapped out the two cats that I realised I didn't actually use at all, as far as I know, when I last did it. Them being Catman and Catasaurus. Catman, I don't know, I never got round to it. Maybe never had enough monies. Catasaurus, there's no metal enemies. Wasn't anything to really worry about using, although I might have spammed it once desperately, but not something that would be very useful in the strategy. So this time, I've gone for more cat spam, because there was the issue of the enemies getting to Diabolic Gao, so maybe there's the chance that if I have more in front, it will be protected better. And I've also changed Manic Mohawk Cat to normal Mohawk Cat, so we can get the Mohawks combo. More knockbacks, get the enemies dead sooner. Good news. Other than that, as far as I can see, everything's the same. Ramen's on the second row, which is probably just going to make it terrible for me, because I'm just going to forget to flip the rows. But it doesn't matter, I'm going to give it another go, but this time with a treasure radar, because of course, we've got that unlikely chance for 1,000,000 XP. And as you can see at the top, I haven't even got 1,000,000 XP, and I still need to hypermax Shadow Gao for when Heavenly Tower supposedly is going to come back. It's come back in the Japanese version. We can only hope that it's going to come back in this version as well. And I need a level 40 Shadow Gao to one-hit knock out the Dark Doges, if I remember correctly. So I need to raise XP for that somehow. And I thought, you know, why not do it this way? I've got loads of treasure radars from doing the event stages for the event tickets back in the day, and then Slimy Stallions where I didn't use any of my event tickets. But in any case, I've got 20 of them. I can spare a few in trying the strategy. And actually, my ultimate goal for this video is eventually get to a strategy, might be this one, who knows, that will work with a cat CPU, so I can just leave it to do the level itself. That's the ultimate goal. This time I'm going to start by actually upgrading the Worker Cat so the max is past 6,000, so it doesn't cap out on the amount that I need to get Shadow Gao, if that makes any sense. So it's now 9,000, not over 9,000, just 9,000. I should be probably wary of these snowballs. That one did nearly 10,000 damage, so yeah, we need to worry a little bit more, and maybe just save up for Shadow Gao straight off. I guess we can use Manic Macho legs to do some waves, but the Chick-fil-A's are here, so now I think is a good time to just do a little bit more meat shielding and save up for, wait for it, Shadow Gao. There we go. Right, we can cat spam around this one and really get going with getting through the level. Yay! Both gone in a matter of a few seconds. Shadow Gao is amazing. Now I can get Megaphrodite for that long-range combat, and some of my other strong cats, and yes, I am forgetting constantly to put out Ramen. That is probably a mistake I'm going to make a lot. A mistake that the CPU, even though it can have a bit of a terrible judgment at times, will probably not make. It's going to be better at spamming than I am. But speaking of spamming, it's something I need to do properly, because all the enemies are out. But I've reached a deploy limit anyway. But never fear. The otter's here and everything's going to be absolutely fine. Don't you worry about it. It's going to be fine and dandy with all our wonderful meat shielding and other stuff if I actually remember to spawn it. Mammothe, we've not heard much from him, which is good news. He does do waves, which I actually completely forgot about. Or well, at least I assume it's him. And yeah, Megaphrodite therefore isn't going to fare very well. But of course, Shadow Gao is, because he's unharmed by waves. Ah, Shadow Gao is so good. And that has meant that we are actually now at the base, just there and gonna destroy it. Shadow Gao is definitely a very useful cat for this level. Very good indeed. And then hopefully with our treasure radar, I mean, I say hopefully, it's supposed to be a guaranteed chance, but knowing Regit luck, we should get 1,000,000 XP from beating the level, which is great. I need the XP for leveling up Shadow Gao. So let's destroy the base, and there we go. It's a victory. There's our 1,000,000 XP. Lovely job. I think what might be quite fitting would be to use the XP that we currently have to upgrade Diabolic Gao past level 30 as far as we can get him, and then let the CPU try and beat the level. It'll be interesting to see that. So let's use one uber rare cat size, starting off cheap. I will join you when my XP has run out. So we've actually managed to get it all the way to level 38, which is most of the way there. The last upgrades are going to be very expensive, but in any case, we've got quite a lot of levels on it, and I'm pretty happy with that. Only a little bit of XP away from getting level 39, and I think now will be a good time to go into the level with the CPU. I think it's got a decent chance of being able to do the level, although I'm just going to scout the slot for any danger signs of what the CPU might get stuck on. I'm not entirely sure. I think both the Ubers would be useful to have and could work well whichever one of them is out. We've got lots of cat spam, lots of other cats not too expensive that the CPU will spend ages trying to save up for. I think it's alright. Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully what doesn't happen is it spends ages getting to max worker cat, doesn't spam any cats, and then the snowballs kill me. That would be bad. I'm not gonna bring a treasure radar just in case, but obviously I've still got myself here if everything goes wrong. But you know me, I'm actually less talented than the CPU, so we'll just have to see how it goes with the CPU. I'm just gonna sit back, no hands, and see how the CPU does. It appears as if the CPU's done it. Well done, CPU. There are a few scary moments with Snowballs, and the start of the battle was a bit sparse with cats once the Chick-fil-A's got to the base, but Shadow Gao was eventually released and worked its magic, and CPU has done the level. I'm very glad about that. And also, yes, it's done the level better than I could have possibly done it myself, because I'm terrible at the game, rah. But in any case, that's, I think, about as much as I can do about Grand Jubilee. It's a new All-Stars event. It hasn't got any other star bits on it. Just the one star. And if you have Shadow Gao, it's extremely easy. If you don't, a little bit more difficult. But apparently King Gamerion helps, I've heard. But yeah, I have Shadow Gao. So, that's it for the Grand Jubilee. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed.